We had a teacher who had a through and through on her leg. And I mean, it was the first time I'd ever seen the awesome velocity power of a 5.56 round, you know, especially on the exit side, the blowout of that. And so, in the 80s, we were more concerned about them losing their limb than saving their life. And so the notion of putting a tourniquet on someone was taboo. But here's a story about that whole incident that a lot of people don't that realize, although some of the insiders do, but it never. I think just because of the magnitude of the call, it got buried. At some point, I was walking around with the most useless pieces of equipment that a medic could walk around at a mass casualty event. I had a Life Pack 10, which is state of the art back then, and a drug box, a Plano 747, everything in it that had, with the exception of maybe some IV fluids, but you know what's in there, nothing that, and so I could have just as easily thrown them away. But I'm walking around looking for someone to work on, and I see across the kind of the playground area, the asphalt playground area, two portable buildings. So like, I don't see anyone there. I'm gonna walk and make sure that there's no one there. So I go to the one on the far right, and I move in and around pretty much do a 360 around it, nothing there. So I come around to the next one over to my left. And as I'm approaching the left side of the building where the stairway is, I hear a gunshot. And the smart guy does a 180 and gets the hell out of there. But when you're a medic, you think you're Switzerland, you're the Red Cross. No one's going to hurt you. You're there to help people. So I swing around and I come around and I immediately get eyeballs on a guy laying on the ground wearing camos who just either shot himself in the head or was shot in the head, because there's a 9mm semi-auto laying on the ground next to him, and he's seizing, as you might imagine, for someone who'd been shot in the head, still alive. But next to him is a guy wearing all black BDUs, and he's holding an AK-47 style weapon, and he has long, straggly, dirty blonde hair and a 2 or 3 day growth of hair on his face, and I didn't see anything, but I wasn't necessarily looking for anything because we just kind of looked at each other. And I looked at him, he looked at me, I looked at the patient, and he said, "Don't touch him."